an ATV news break.
Good morning, everyone. In the news this morning, Boudreaux to stand trial again for murder. We'll have that story and more for you in a moment. First, your midweek weather forecast. Starting this morning with Halifax, the eastern shore, the south shore, central Nova Scotia, the minus shore, and northern Nova Scotia today. Mainly cloudy with patchy drizzle and a few flurries. The Annapolis Valley will be mainly cloudy with a few flurries. Cape Breton today, drizzle. For Prince Edward Island, St. John, Fundy, southeast New Brunswick, Fredericton, the lower St. John River Valley, the southern half of the upper St. John River Valley, and the Miramichi today, cloudy with a few flurries. And for the northern half of the upper St. John River Valley in the Bay of Chaleur, becoming cold, cloudy with flurries. In the news this morning, a Dartmouth man will go on trial this summer for first-degree murder. It'll be the second time Paul Winston Boudreaux will be tried for the murder of Robert Douglas Smith at a remote lake in Halifax County in May 1989. Last year, Boudreaux was convicted but won a retrial on appeal. The appeal court found problems with the instruction and selection of the jury. Boudreaux's new trial has been set to begin June 8th. In the meantime, he remains in custody serving time for an unrelated offense. A New Brunswick man has been found guilty of manslaughter. It took the jury just 3 hours to reach the verdict. Jerry Allman was charged with first-degree murder after his brother-in-law was struck with an arrow and died last September. Allman will be sentenced later this month. Nova Scotia and New Brunswick won't be implementing a mass inoculation program against meningitis. In Nova Scotia, health officials say there are no signs of the type C strain that's causing problems elsewhere. In New Brunswick, the strain has shown up, but health officials say there's not enough of it to warrant a major vaccination program. The PEI government will be moving over the next few months to increase the number of organ donors. It is the only Atlantic province that does not have an organ donor card with the driver's license. It also plans amendments to the Human Tissue Donation Act, making it mandatory for doctors to request organ donations. Nova Scotia student leaders got little sympathy when they met with the Premier to ask for an increase in student aid and a halt to fee hikes. Premier Cameron told them the government just doesn't have the money. He says it's up to universities to become more efficient. The debate over condom machines in high schools is in full swing in Lunenburg County. The school board held public hearings on the issue yesterday and heard opinions from all sides. One pastor says it would promote promiscuity, but another speaker, a parent, says young people are sexually active whether parents like it or not. Atlantic Canada has lost its only professional soccer team. The owners of the Nova Scotia Clippers say the team is folding because they can no longer afford to support a money-losing venture. The board that oversees Metro Halifax's transit system is referring several sexual complaints of sexual harassment to Nova Scotia's Human Rights Commission. The complaints were made by several female employees against Metro Transit's former general manager, Chris Prentice. Prentice resigned last week, saying he was unable to continue because of the way the Metropolitan Authority has handled the complaints. Officials wouldn't say if Prentice was offered a financial settlement in return for his resignation. Coming up this afternoon on ATV News 1, the new Lawrence Kasdan film Grand Canyon opened Christmas Day in Los Angeles and New York in order to qualify to be eligible for the Academy Awards. This critically acclaimed film has Lethal Weapon star Danny Glover in one of his finest performances, which may just earn him an Oscar nomination. We'll take a preview of that film at 1 o'clock today. On Live at 5, we may not understand what they are saying, but whales speak to each other. Their language is unique, and each pod has its own dialect. That's coming up tonight on Live at 5. Our next ATV News update 1 hour from now.